Hello beautiful people, Carl here from Brrraaains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short, and it's album review time. And on their debut album, Aether, the innovative folk horror band Forlorn paid their respects to the major elements, acting as part of a progressing metal pagan ritual. Listeners can witness and be part of the experience on March 28th, 2025 via Church Road Records. What to say about this album? Forlorn realised Aether is the culmination of a journey, but the start of another. Forlorn's unique identity has finally come to fruition, and with this debut album, they express who and what they are with mighty aplomb. While they can be summed up to some degree as a folk horror metal band, the Aether experience showcases so much more. Not only is it a record with depth, dramatic depth, but it is experimental, and that is what gives this album its longevity.
Unwilling, virgin fool, misguided, but powerful. Destruction of life, a smoldering pyre.
Laying the atmosphere on thickly. There's a dark and elemental feel to the theatrical introduction that is Mother of Moon. That it culminates in an outburst of noise is quite something, and it does leave you with a foreboding sense of horror. But get used to that feeling, even though elements of Forlorn sound has the power to comfort too. Aspects that often come through via Megan's vocals and some of the starrier melodies. Creatress is a great example of this duality, oozing intense and dramatic atmosphere, featuring a bevy of cold and blackened heaviness, but perfectly balanced by haunting melody and experimental elements to add vibrancy and warmth to things. That this immense track just so happens to have a chorus that is anthemic, in a way, just makes it even more special.
Where does she go from here? Creatress of death, mother of light. Where does she go from here? Ancient woodlands of the north.
It is the Forlorn way, keeping the listener enamored through a hypnotic showcase of inventive, exciting and progressively accessible music. The latter might seem a contradiction, but hear the wailing and you'll get it. This is a challenging track with a varied structure that can be dreamy at one stage, then chaotic at another, yet it captures the imagination, borrows from various genres beyond the metal world, and delivers a level of addiction that isn't often experienced. And a major part of that addiction is the ritualistic vein that actually runs throughout the entire album and how quickly immersion sets in. Forlorn are beckoning you to join them around the funeral pyre, and it is an pull that is impossible to deny. First though, before that, a bridging piece called Matrum Noctum delivers a massive amount of discomfort. Then it is time for the aforementioned fiery and ferocious track, one of the strongest efforts of all and a testament to the combined powers of Forlorn. Hauntingly heavy in places and robustly melodic in others, Forlorn create a dreamy soundscape that feels grander than anything they've done before. That it also sounds so refined and comes with so much blackened intensity is even more special. This is heavy, and no amount of mournful vocals and harmonized instruments can hide that. But it is beautiful too. A startling listening experience, but words that are shared by the following Keeper of the Well, an equally powerful track. It is an ethereal effort, one that is melodically charged and dripping in Forlorn's inimitable dark and devilish heavy style. There are layers of gloom throughout and the track ripples with emotion, thanks to the impressive vocals, especially the choir at the end. It lingers long after the final notes have dissipated, but there's no time to dwell on it yet, as Veiled One, the short penultimate connective track, comes with dark cinematic tension that it is easy to sink into. And finally, it's the staggeringly good Spirit that delivers an extravaganza of melody, moving vocals that have vulnerability to them, horror-laden ambience and explosive heaviness that feels downright threatening at times. It is a spectacular ending. But of course it is. It's coming from the minds, hearts and souls of Forlorn. Debuts do not get much better than this. As I said at the start, Forlorn realised. It is Aether, and it is out on March 28th via Church Road Records. You kind of have to check this one out. Love to know what you think. Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It does help us out. You can find us at gbhbl.com and across all social media platforms. And if you really want to give us a bit of extra support, please consider buying us a cup of coffee over on our coffee page. Thank you.